Hi, my name is Zachary Watson. I'm the paving product manager here at BOMAG Americas. And today I want to take you on an in-depth walk around on our smallest paver that we offer, the BF200. The BF200 has the smallest footprint in the 4-foot class, with a base paving width for the screed of 3 feet 7 inches that can hydraulically extend out to 6 feet 7 inches. And when you add bolt-on extensions, you can have a max paving width of 11 feet 1 inch. The screed also comes with BOMAG's innovative technology, MagmaLife. MagmaLife is a unique screed heating element where it's an aluminum block pressed against the bottom of the screed plate. What this offers operators is faster heat up times and better dispersed heat across the bottom of the screed. This is great because if you have an asphalt truck arrive earlier than usual and you haven't started the paver up for the day yet to get it heated up for your first pull, the 15 to 20 minute heat up time, depending on ambient temperature, is great to make sure that asphalt doesn't get too cool before you have to start paving. With evenly dispersed heat across the bottom of the screed plate as well, this makes sure your first pull has the best mat coming out possible. With normal standard heating elements, you can have the issue where you have cold zones. Because MagmaLife is a pure aluminum block and excellent thermal conductivity, it makes it easy to make sure that the whole plate is in contact with the heating element and it gets an evenly dispersed heat across the bottom of it. And this is big for operators because if your screed's not properly heated at the start of the day, you can run into issues where when you run your first asphalt through the machine, piece of asphalt can touch the bottom of the screed plate and it could hit a cold zone, and what that can do is can cause tears in the mat when you start paving for the first 4 to 5 feet. Then the ground crew has to go in with shovels and fill that in, and then the loop guy has to come in and rake it out to make it level with the rest of the mat. With MagmaLife, it prevents that. You make sure you have no cold spots within the bottom of your screed plate, so that way your first pull doesn't have a chance of tearing at the start of the day. We also offer heated end gates with MagmaLife attached to it, so it's still an aluminum block, but it's just smaller, as you can see here. All BF200s come standard with MagmaLife on it. MagmaLife has a life up to 3,000 hours, so it surely lasts the life of the machine. But if you happen to have an issue with your MagmaLife heating element, it's easy to service. There's a total of 8 points on the machine between the end gate and the main screed plate of bolts that you have to take off to change it out. For the main screed plate, it's 5 bolts. You extend out your screed and you're able to access the 5 bolts from the inside. You take out the 5 bolts and the plate, you're able to slide your heating element out, unplug it, slide in the new one, reconnect your heating element, and you're good to go. For your end gates, it only takes 3 bolts to undo in order to slide out that heating element and put in a new one. So it's really easy to service if you ever do run into issues with MagmaLife. Because of the 3 foot 7 inch base paving width of the machine, you can easily fit into a 4 foot cut of a mill if you're doing a mill and fill. The BF200 has the ability to easily fit within that cut with a few inches to spare on each side. This makes it so that your job site or the cut that you're in isn't as tight for operators, so they have a little bit more room to work with, a little bit more freedom in case something does go wrong. The screed also comes with gauges on the machine that are all visible to the operator. All the gauges that the operator needs to see from how far the screed's extended to the crown of it is really easy, and it's right there in front of him. All he has to do is look down and he'll be able to know how far extended he is or what the crown is. The BF200 is also built in Europe, so they usually use toe points to adjust the angle of attack. What we've done specifically for North America is attach depth cranks. We know that the operators like to be able to feel out what their angle of attack is and how it's reacting with the mat, so the operator has quick access to make adjustments on the fly with these depth cranks right here. If they choose not to use the depth cranks, that's okay, because you can still resort to your toe points and get the same perfect mat results. The machine also comes equipped with a 74 horsepower Kubota engine. 75 is the minimum need for a DEF requirement, so this machine requires no DEF, and we've done that specifically so we don't have to deal with the pesky maintenance of DEF with the sensors going out. Even though the machine's only 74 horsepower, this machine has no problem pushing a truck whatsoever. All the service points for the machine are easily accessible as well. All your fuel filters, hydraulic filters are right within arm's reach. So when you open up these side panels, you're able to see that everything is right in front of you. You don't have to overextend yourself. You don't have to reach out of the way or climb in the machine in order to access your maintenance points. Everything's right within arm's reach. And as you can see here, we have a filter right there that is easily accessible that you can change out really quickly. You also have easy access to your hydraulic oil tank and your fuel tank on each side when you open up the side doors to make it easy to refill the machine. Taking precaution on the machine makes sure you maximize the life of the machine and minimize downtime. And we've done that by adding track scrapers to the BF200. This is a standard feature for all BF200s that come out to North America. And what it does is that if your machine is pushing a truck full of asphalt and that truck maybe pulls away too quickly, or you overfill the hopper and the asphalt falls in front of the machine, what the track scrapers does is when you put them down, it pushes the asphalt out of the way. So all you have to do is just adjust this switch here. It drops down, and now any asphalt that falls in the way of the machine on its path of paving, it will be pushed out of the way to make sure no asphalt touches your track pads whatsoever. To put it back up, it's real simple. Just undo it and then lock it in. The BF200 also comes equipped with independently controlled hopper wings. What gives us that smallest footprint in the 4-foot class as well is that when the hopper wings fold up tight, they sit inside the tracks. This allows you to pave up against structures really easily to get that nice tight mat right up against it. With this as well, when you're paving in those tight zones, whether you're cart path paving on a golf course next to a bunch of trees and you have to load the machine in from the side because you can't back in an asphalt truck, we've given the assistance of hopper flaps as well on the independent hopper wings. They come standard with manually adjustable hopper flaps, but you can have the option to have hydraulically controlled hopper flaps. What this does is when you lower the hopper flaps like it is here, you are more easily able to load the machine in from the side. You have 6 different positions when you manually adjust it as well, so that way you have the optimal range for the machine to be loaded. With the hydraulically adjustable hopper flaps, it makes this way easier. When you lower the hopper flap opens up all the way like it is right now. This makes it easy for it to be side loaded in from the machine. Then when you raise the hopper flap folds in to make sure that all the material feeds into your conveyor. This makes sure that you don't have any cold zones in the hopper. Because of the BF200's compact design, it only requires one operator. The single operator is both the tractor driver and the screed operator. Everything the operator needs is right here in front of him. From adjusting his screed width to raising and lowering the screed, the augers, everything is right here in front of him and easy to reach. These joysticks are not just left and right and forward and reverse joysticks, they're actually all directional joysticks. And this is important because when the screed operator is paving, he needs to be able to look down the side of his paver and make sure he's on his lines correctly. So this joystick allows him to make sure he's on his correct line, turn the machine if needed, and also his functions are easy to reach if he does have to make a quick adjustment on the fly. If you have a change in elevation, as we talked about earlier, your depth cranks are right here in front of you for him to reach, or you can also use the toe pointer, which is right here next to the joystick. Operators' comfort is always important. A place for them to put their drink and the tools to adjust the machine is always an operator want. So what we've done is we've also put those 2 things right here under the operator's platform. You have 2 cup holders for your drinks, so if you have a morning coffee and a water you'd like, and then you can also put any of your wrenches in case you want to adjust your hopper flaps as well. The operator's platform also comes with an adjustable catwalk. You're able to pull out the catwalk a bit further when you're paving out those wider widths. This comes helpful when you're paving over that 6 feet 7 inch that the screed maximally extends up to without any bolt-on extensions.